Hi, very good morning to you, my friends. Today, we are going to learn project management. We will learn its stages, some theories, and later we will apply this project management in our translation process. So, before I enter into this lecture, I would request you to please see if you can subscribe to our channel, press the bell button for our latest update, and stay tuned. So now let's understand first why we deploy project management in any system. See, the point is project management helps us in understanding in totality what we have to do, what are our limitations, what are our resources, what time is required to do the project, and at the same time it also tells us to understand the budget. So these are, some finer basic points which is very important for us to understand, and this is needed not only for a business project or industrial project or service project. We can apply this project management process in our day-to-day life as well. So let's understand in the theory part of it why we engage in project management. The first point that comes into idea is, before you talk about deploying any project management, at the initial stage we have to think what we have to do. And once we think, we have to start planning about it, maybe broad planning. And once the broad planning is done and, pros and cons is studied, we do scheduling. And after scheduling, we start or parallelly we can start data collection about, variety of sources available, resources available, what is required, what is not required, all these small details. And then we also understand and update about the project to a variety of stakeholders and then the top management. And once all these things is done, we successfully have completed the project. So these are all broadly the basic steps involved in project management. So let's just understand in detail what is the basic fundamental of project management. Look at this graph, and in this graph you will notice that project management is something that creates important elements of any business plan or any business activity. Why it is important? Because it helps us to define the scope of any project. It also helps us to define the timeline for completion of any project. It also helps us to define the cost involved in the project, and above and all, it also helps us to understand the availability of human resources, materials, etc. And at the top of all this thing that we deploy project management, most important, in fact topmost important thing is quality management. So when we have scope, we have time, we have cost and human resources for doing this project, and above and all, the quality control. So this is what is in crux, the basics of any project management. In order to achieve effectiveness in all these 4 elements or 5 elements that we have just discussed, we deploy project management in any process. And what are those 5 elements? I again repeat. The first one is scope. The second one is time. Third one is cost. Fourth one is human resources and material. And fifth one is above and top of all this, and that is to control the quality and continuously develop the quality, improve it. So if all these 5 elements are met effectively, a project is concluded, completed very effectively, and at every stage we are able to understand and control if there is something wrong going on very easily, because in all this activity we also communicate. So my friend, that's all for this part of introduction about why we deploy project management.